Hi, welcome to Action Frank. In today's video we're going to be putting on our second brew. It's going to be Public House, and I'm going to be walking you through and actually recording the whole process of sanitizing, mixing the fresh press, kegging it up, putting it on the dock, so everything from right at the beginning to basically having your brew ready. Now, it says you should brew this for 4 days and then condition it for 3 days. What I'm going to do is 7 days brewing, and I'm going to cold crash it for 2 days and then 5 days conditioning. Now, that should be around 2 weeks, so then it should be ready for drinking Friday 2 weeks. It's always good to try and land it on a Friday, right? So before we get on to this and exactly what all of this stuff is in front of me and how it works, if you could take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment, it would really mean a lot to me. Okay, so if you've seen the video before, I did an unboxing. I'll link it there or wherever it goes. But effectively, we have our pinter, so this is where we're going to be brewing. We have our docking station. We have 5 litres of water. You don't have to use mineral water, you can use tap water. We have a 1 gallon mixing jar, and I'm going to be using this to mix. Now, the reason I'm mixing it in here and not in here, which is what the instructions say, is that A, this is really quite heavy, so shaking this about is hard work. And B, this is clear and see-through, so I can see exactly what's going on, and I can see how well the fresh press is mixed, and it's just a lot easier to shake as well. So that's the idea anyway. So we've gone through the pinter 2, the docking station, water, yeah, done that. Next, it's the actual fresh press itself. So I'm doing Public House. It's an IPA. It says that it's easygoing as hell, deep, malty and hoppy. So we'll see, it should come out at 4.2. So this is the actual press itself. Then also, this is what it comes in. You get a little box that comes through the post. So also we have the brewing yeast, which we put in at the end. And it also comes with this Pinter purify or sanitizer. So the basic process, the way it works, is that I'm going to sanitize this first. So put hot water in here, then put the purifier in and give it a big shake. And the reason I'm sanitizing this is because we're going to be using to mix the fresh press with the water to make sure it's all combined. So that's the first step. Then I'll pour this sanitized liquid into the actual pinter, and I'll show you how you sanitize the pinter and then the brewing dock as well. And then once I've sanitized them all, I'll tip out all the water, and then we'll start mixing. We'll put about 1 litre of water in here, then we'll put the fresh press in, get that all mixed together. Then once I'm happy and it's a good consistency, then I'll put it into the pinter, give it another shake once I've added the yeast, and then put it onto the brewing dock. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Bear with me, this is the second time I'm going to be putting a brew on, so yeah, bear with me, and also, yeah, if it's a complete car crash, don't be surprised. Cool, so I'm going to jump into the kitchen and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so here we are at the brewing station, otherwise known as the sink. And we're going to start off by sanitizing this mixing bottle that I'm going to use to mix the press. So first of all, I'm going to get the purifying solution, and I'm going to just tip that into here, like that. And then I'm going to fill it up with hot water. Put the lid on. made that a lot harder than it needs to be. And I'm going to give it a shake. Okay, so I've been shaking this for a few minutes, and the important thing here is that you want to make sure that all of those granules have dissolved, because when you put it into the pinter, you don't want there to be granules that are kind of left about in your brew. So now onto the pinter itself. Let's have a look. So first of all, I have to set the carbonation to 5. If you don't and leave it on 0, then it will start leaking out. And I'm going to close this down. Okay, we'll take the handle off, push down here, and then unscrew this cap here. Okay, so I'm going to now pour in the sanitizing solution into the pinter. And then I'm going to fill this up to the fill line with hot water. So I filled up to the fill line. It's dead easy to see, it's a big black line, you won't be able to miss it. I'm going to put the cap back on. And again, I'm going to give this a shake. Okay, so I've given it a good shake. The next thing we need to do is clean out the lines, so basically where the brew is going to come out from the tap. So to do this, I pull up on the handle, and then I need to change the valve so the carbonation level is off, because otherwise it won't come out. And then I just move it to about 45 degrees just to make sure that water's passing through, which it is. That's great. And then move it all the way down and let that just run through for a few seconds. Okay, great. And then I can lock this down now. Take off the handle and just put the rubber band over just to hold that in place. And then I'm going to put the pressure dial back up to 5. That's important. If I didn't do that and left it on 0, then when I put this back into the sink, water would start flowing out the bottom. So it's back onto 5. Okay, I nearly forgot. So we've cleaned out the line, that's fine. We've given it a shake in here, and now we need to put on the docking station, because the docking station will also hold the brew. So I just put that on top vertically, I turn, then press down, and then turn it back. And then I turn it over. And the water will run down into this docking base here. So I'll just leave it for a little bit. Okay, so now we need to undock this. So if I put it into the sink, because water is going to go everywhere, to undock it, I just twist it the other way, like so, and then I lift, and it should just come away. Okay, nice. I'm just going to empty out all of the water from the docking base. So that is now good to go. Sanitized, nice and clean. I'll just put that to one side. And then I'll open up the pinter. And then tip out the water. So that's it. That's a pinter sanitized, ready to go, and our mixing bottle. So that's the purification and sanitizer step done and complete. So that's good. So now on to making the brew. So as I said, in the instructions, they do say just to put everything into the pinter. But what I found is that it's hopefully going to be a bit easier in this see-through jug. So first of all, I'm just going to add in about a litre of water. And then I'm going to add in the fresh press. It's always good to have a smell of these, they smell absolutely amazing. I'll just put that to one side. Okay, and in she goes. Now, you do store these in the fridge, but it's important to take them out of the fridge a few hours before you're going to be doing your brew. And I've actually put this on the radiator for the last half an hour or so, just to warm it up a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to mix. So that looks good. Let that run through. Okay, great. That'll do. Now you want to make sure you get everything out of here. So I boiled some water a while ago. It's not boiling now, it's just quite hot. So I'm just going to put some hot water in here and then add it to our mix. Just give it a bit of a shake. Okay, cool. Now, I'm just having a look inside. It looks like I've got it all out, so that looks like it's a good job. Okay, and now I'm just going to add in some more water before we give it a good old shake. Okay, so I've given that a shake for a minute or so, and you can see when you look at it that all of the syrup it's kind of dissolved into the water, so it looks like it's mixed quite well. So now I'm going to open the Pinter and pour in the mix. Oops. Okay, so you can see there's some foam left inside, so I'm just going to put some more water in here and then carry on filling up to the fill line. Okay, so that looks good. That's at the fill line. And then, because the instructions say that you should fill to the fill line and then add this, just to make sure I've got the right amount of solution in there, I'm just going to fill this up with water and again then just pop it in here. Okay, so we're nearly done. The last thing to do is just to add the fresh brewing yeast. So let me just pop that in now. Then we add the cap. And then we give it a good old shake. The last thing to do is to put the dock on, the brewing dock. So, just push down, turn, so that's on, and then turn it upside down. And you can hear all of the brew rush into the dock. So I'm going to turn the carbonation level down to just above 1, I think. And she's good to go. So I'm going to put her in the airing cupboard for 7 days, and then when it comes to the next part, which is taking the brewing dock off and getting her ready for conditioning, then I'll do a follow-up video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.